This is my most awaited podcast guest, and yet I see this person every day. I'm so excited for you guys to get to meet Dom and to just hear what it's like from his point of view as I've been on a 5-year entrepreneurship journey. I know those of us who are parents, we often worry, what do our kids and our spouses feel around the time I'm taking away from them to build this business and the time where my brain is not always present because I'm thinking of all the other things I need to get done. I hope that this episode will give you some clarity that when they see you living out your passion, you're giving them more than you think, even when it's not all of your time. This is Overwhelmed and Over It, the podcast where parents get to grow their business, keep their sanity, and raise their kids. I'm your host, Gabs, and I'm excited to bring to you how we survive in this real life of doing 2 jobs at once. Let's get into today's episode.
Coming in live today, ladies and gentlemen, Gabs and Dom.
Welcome to the podcast.
Hey.
This is the first time you've ever done this.
Right?
Are you excited?
I'm nervous.
You're not. You're never.
I had goosebumps all over myself.
I'm more nervous than you are. This is our first episode together. And I think it would be really powerful to talk about your viewpoint of my entrepreneurial journey.
Okay.
Because I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs who are moms and dads, and they're fearful of what their family feels like or the family side of it. Like, are they being too selfish? Are they taking too much away from them?
Oh, definitely you all. Taking all that precious time away from me and the other spouses. Yes, no.
But seriously, I think there are times where I didn't do a good job of juggling things and devoting my time the correct way.
But it's your passion. So when people are passionate about something, what do? They put all their time and effort into that one thing until they perfect it. So when you're passionate about it and you understand your logic for why you did that, you're like, oh, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like, are you really being selfish? Per se, okay. Everybody is when they're worried about their passions. So therefore, they go the extra mile of making sure to conquer that dream. So, I mean, I don't think you're being selfish. It's just that you found a really true purpose and you just took full steam and went ahead with it. That's all.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like, I wouldn't say selfish. That baby got some drive. What's wrong? So that's like, what?
That is our favorite
Yeah.
getaway. Hopping in the car and just riding.
Right. So, like, being married to you for quite some extended time, before Land of Dinosaurs, I know. Seeing you truly being passionate about something for once in like the last, I'm not gonna say age up, but yeah, she's
Let's talk about it. Okay.
Yeah. Like seeing you actually have like a true passion for something and like seeing that just ignite your brain and then seeing you actually act on every single thing that ignites inside that head of yours, which is a lot of things.
Yeah. 375.
Oh, well, I have 5. What's my phone then? 307.
Yeah. It's kind of scary.
Yes. Yeah.
I worry I won't have enough time to. No.
The beautiful part is that you have enough kids to live them out for you. So if you fit into them, then technically speaking, they will live that out. You per se might not be able to see all of those, but your grandkids or possibly great grandkids, they could possibly see those things out. So in one way, you will see it, but you just won't physically be there to presently see it in a body form, I guess.
Yeah, like I want it in my will when I die that someone takes all my notes and does something with it.
Okay, so like
I think there's millions of dollars worth of ideas and millions of people that would be helped with the ideas that are hidden in my phone.
Millions of dollars?
Yeah.
And where's your phone at?
Good luck to making sense of my notes that most of the time come when I'm
Well, my God.
and are probably.
How do I compute this? Is this German, Russian?
Yes, that will be a question.
I guess, and then I guess the question per se for I is like, How does it feel being married to somebody that allows you just to take off with your vision and you have time, do your thing, and I hold their household down?
I miss you being my house husband.
Oh.
But no, seriously, I mean, I see people talk about all the time that like the greatest choice you make in life is the partner you choose to do life with.
Right?
And I tell people all the time, I don't necessarily think that if we were to go back and do it again, would I get married again? No, but I would choose you as my life partner over and over and over again.
You know what? I love that, the way you said that, but also I feel like Kevin Hart right now. And why are you looking down at me?
You're foxy.
No, it's fine. I'm like, I feel like a little kid right now.
We're going to work on getting matching chairs for you, okay?
Okay, all right. Because I need my height to be like,
Yeah. We just announced last week
mhm.
the details of what I do on my sabbatical.
Ooh,
And you shared the email around. You're the one who started it. Let's talk about that.
all right, dive.
What made you tell me I needed to go away?
What made you to freebie for you guys? Because therefore, you do your best work when you're not distracted by us. So being an excellent mom, being an excellent wife, um, it's kind of pulls from you and your creativity side. So like if I ask you to be a wife and then the kids ask you to be mom mode the whole time, then what are you really pouring into your creativity side? Versus if you don't have those obligations, you're able to go do your own thing for that 24, 48 hours. And yes, we do call, trust me, we do call the woman still to see how she's doing. But it's limited interaction
Yeah.
with us. So therefore you're able to actually truly get away from what you got going on from us day-to-day operations. And then you're just able to just focus on what you got going on in that art piece of a Picasso up there. We miss you,
Yeah.
but we know that hey, you're doing something greater good. Your absence from us is very, very daunting to us, most definitely. But we know that you're doing something way greater, that our presence needs to be away from you. So therefore you can really focus on that one particular thing or those particular things to really make those come to life.
Yeah. And I think this is part of that. Like, where having a life partner is the greatest choice you'll make an entrepreneur. Because if you didn't give me that space and encourage me to take that space, I don't think I would have figured out that I actually function best batching things together and like going hard for 24, 48 hours. And then I can come back home and just be here and be present.
Right.
I shared in the walkthrough last week. I worked hard, tirelessly, and I tracked every minute that I spent while I was on that last sabbatical. But when y'all knocked on that door that morning, I was just like, I'm here. I'm so excited to see them because my brain feels like it got everything out and I can just be with y'all.
On the bench.
Yeah, it's right. A work bench.
Work is, huh? No it's true, but no husband, no kids, new B. Who's this? I think it's one of the coolest things ever that you're able to actually implement the things that you have going on in your brain. And therefore you actually take awareness of it. Hey, I need to separate myself from them. And I'm sure you're probably scared shitless about saying, hey, Dom, like, I think I might need to start taking some days away or some hours away from you all. Can you like hand down the fork? As a spouse, I'm like, okay, cool. Do you think? Yes. Are you okay? That's fine. I can see the conflictedness when some spouses be like, what do you mean you gotta leave? So I mean, I get that part,
Yeah.
but I also know who I'm married to at the same time. So I'm like, oh, she's going somewhere. I mean, she's probably need to get away for a reason. So let her have that reason and therefore let her do what she needs to do and then she'll come back.
Yeah, I think in the beginning it was hard. Like, obviously, the first time you told me to go away, I was like, what do you mean? Like, that was definitely scary. And then, like, the first few times after that, I think hard. But then I realized the value, right? Like, it is 24, 48 hours away, but what I can pour back into the family when it comes is worth that time away. So now, like, it's not a discussion anymore of like, can I go? It's just like, what's on your schedule this weekend? Are you home? Great, I'm out. And yeah, it's like a little non-traditional, but it works for us. And
But what's non traditional these days?
True. But I think that's like part of this whole podcast and the whole reason we started this Overwhelmed and Over It movement and building the village that never came was so many of us, I think, have been waiting around for either how we saw our parents do it or how we see another family do it. And it's like, this is the time of life where you get to decide what it is, how you want it, why you want it that way. And I just feel really proud of us. We have honored that. And it has meant we have fucked up a few times, that we've made some bad choices. But we have done all of them together and really proud of, because now I look at, we are in the thick of raising kids at this phase of our life.
Right. What? 12 more ice cream stores? And that bitch out the house.
Yeah. Love it.
13. She's 5.
13.
So when she turns 18, because she turns 18 in high school.
Yeah.
So to see, that's what I'm saying. So I got 13 more years.
Yeah.
As long as I keep off the stripper pole and off the street corners, I'm good. So we got it.
Yeah. But, I think about that a lot because you and I both have been on our own personal journeys of figuring out who we as people truly are, and who we are without the conditioning, and who we are without our prior lives and our prior experience. All in the name of like building a family that we love and a family that chases memories over things. And I love our house.
Good. Thank you.
That youngest one, though, you're right. Din is feel having 2 of me.
See, that's now we're getting to the meat and potatoes. I'll tell you, that is one of the funniest things ever to see you and your mini-me just every day, every hour, not a minute that goes by, y'all are both just, oh, she just did that? Oh, yeah, she did. Oh, let me counter back with it. It's just hysterical. But at the same time, you all gonna probably be like the best of friends when she gets older, but she has to get to that older stage first.
I think so. I feel really connected to her for many reasons, right? Like, I think for you and I both, we've had more time with her than any of the other kids.
Well, short up is totally different, 2 individuals.
We're also 2 totally different parents now.
And that's crazy too, because I don't want the older kids thinking, hey, we don't love you all less, we love y'all the same. But I'm just saying, like, being in our 30s, having and then actually really having a true understanding of what life is, and then also having a true concept of knowing, like, hey, at any moment this can be gone. We just show up differently for So, like, some of the things when we were in our 20s with Gage is totally different for us now in our 30s with Denver. And even when it was with David as well. So, I mean, as we've had each child, it has progressed in different stages of our lives. So, like, the things that if she would have definitely, if she would have been our first child, that would be our only child. And I see why lions eat their own cubs sometimes. Bring it back down to reality is that, like, we just understand that she's a child, so therefore she does some of the things that she does because therefore she's just trying to test the water. And I'm glad that we're in the headspace that we're in now where we can actually understand it and be like, hey, look, we're not saying no, but we're also not saying yes. But can you just please find like a medium ground to help us be a better parent for you? That's just like one of those type of deals.
I have the same fear too, though, because I think there's a couple caveats here, right? Like, you and I really started these kind of personal healing journeys after real past 7 years. So I think in general, our kids as a whole have gotten different parents now than they had in the beginning. But there is a difference of the child who was born after loss and the children who were born beforehand. And like with Gage in particular, he got 9 years of us one way before Denver was born. And I do tend to like worry sometimes that he's going to look back and be like, they didn't have nothing together in their life when he was born. And like, I had to grow up with them and like, we had to figure it out. But at the same time, I look at him and I think he's just...
Look at his character.
That it's so perfect for who he actually is. Like, I genuinely trust that the universe put each kid in our lives at each phase for who we were. And it's really interesting because I tell people all the time, you call her my mini me, but genuinely I feel like I'm reparenting my inner child, parenting her. And I think that's why it makes it so hard.
So did the Lord just hit you with the Uno reverse card?
Yeah, because the things that she struggles with are things that I either have struggled with in the past or am still working through.
So you're like the grand teacher. So like you're able to help guide and
Yeah.
push her
But it's
into
also
wisdom.
hard to have that reflected back to you of she and I talk almost every day about our busy brains.
Says one more. How many notes?
Yet I'm saying, like, when I see her not being able to just sit down and not be present where she is, I know exactly how she's feeling. And I still am working through that for myself. So it can be hard to see it in someone else at the same time.
I see what you're saying. Most definitely now. So I'm trying to work on this, and then at the same time, I'm having to teach she on how to better herself. I mean, y'all got into the science actually at this point. I mean, hell, y'all created your own language.
A word that just means get your brain under control.
Okay. Just like cue cards. Okay. Hint.
The escape word, the keyword, it's the like snap out of it and pay attention to what I'm.
It's like the shock.
Yeah.
Just instead of dashing with some water in the face.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. And it's crazy because she go deer in the headlights every time.
Every time I say it.
That's me and mom talking right now. Little antennas, not these. The little antennas going off. Okay. Blush is so hard.
Because I love this.
And
And this is what you and I do
all the time.
all the
right?
time. And I'm just glad that we're getting to bring it to other people.
I hope y'all's energy is just the same like this as well when y'all talk to one another. But I'm just saying, like, it is something that we just do naturally all the time. I never thought about putting it on camera, but I guess now everything's on camera these days.
You and I were put here to help others. We've done it in our career
Right.
with our kids and
Other people's children as code. Or career coach. So I mean, like, our main purpose is just to make sure that everybody's living a better life. And I know, some of us have had crazy ass passes and stuff like that. Trust me, nobody's a perfect book from the beginning. But it's just now moving forward in this time frame from present into the future. How can we just be a better version of ourselves and not just only just better ourselves, but also better the people around us? And I think that's just where that's the end game. Like,
yeah.
not the Marvel end game where everybody's dying, but like this is the end game. Like, how do you just get to a better plateau of life where everybody is happy and successful, not just only one person? Like I say it to people all the time. It's like my ideal of like success is when it's like hundreds of me and my peers in the room. And if a random person comes in, they couldn't tell who's the broke one or who's the richest one because everybody just looks happy. Everybody's able to thrive in life. And if there's like a business opportunity that comes up, we can just ask each and everyone to chip in on something and we'll create that. Like that's like the most beautiful thing ever in my head.
Well, and that's what we're building.
Yeah.
We're building community, parents who want to do life different and who have decided to believe in themselves and their dreams, even if it's not easy. And how do we all start coming together to take care of one another and to build that village? Frankly, never showed up that we were told was coming. Because this, I genuinely feel like we're going to look back and think this was some of the greatest years of our lives and the formidable years of our children's lives where they get to decide who they are as human beings. And I don't want to look back on it and think about it the way that we often do, which is like, fuck, this shit is so hard. There's no help. Every time I turn around, it's something else. And it's like, I just wish there was a safer space for all of us to fall, like to be like, I'm tired today. I just need help. I just need someone else to feed the kids. I just need someone else to give me thoughts around my. I just need someone else to tell me like this shit's gonna be all right.
Just that reassurance and backup. And I mean, I get it. Some families have that, but majority of the world does not have that. So at this point, like, how can we create that type of structure for the folks that do not have those things, or the people that are not royalty or trilotto families, or the people that come from families that have been having successful generations for quite some time? So I mean, just for like the common ground person. So like, this is what we're trying to do. So like, I'm on the board, and I hope you are as well. That's listening or watching is on the board. Maybe we can make this happen even sooner. Rapidify this a little bit.
Well, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Well, thank you for having me on the podcast, man. I just wish there was a little different height, but
If I get you a new chair, will you come back?
I'll swing back. I see what I get. Let me look at my Palm Pilot, my Trio.
You took it back way back.
Let me get my stylus out. There we go. See if I can.
Chirp, chirp.
Yeah, hit me on my next tail. No, yeah. But no, it's always a pleasure. It is, and I love you, and I'm glad you're doing this work. Ciao, baby.
If you are not with us yet, what are you waiting for? Come and join us in the Overwhelmed and Over It W.T.F newsletter. Yep, the newsletter that comes to you every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday that helps those of us who are parenting, entrepreneuring, and just trying to figure out this life shit together as a community. We're going to get ready to start to announce some service swaps where you can get some help in life or business from other people in the community. So if you are not in there yet, go to gabshays.com and go ahead and get signed up and registered so you can be a part of our service swap.